We now return to Let's Play BattleTech. We have two new mechs. We're going to go ahead and try and load them out just a little bit. Now the quick draw, I believe, is in its standard configuration. Maybe not. Oh yeah, there's the other medium laser. Okay, so I think we're in standard configuration on this quick draw here. I don't know that there's anything I really want to go mess around with. I guess I'll try it and see how well it works. Its heat efficiency is pretty bad. Putting on more heat sinks and maybe taking away a jump jet would be a little bit better. Movement, I mean, that's kind of the whole idea of the quick draw, is that it's a fast, heavy mech. Let's see what happens when I swap out a heat sink on a jump jet. We don't actually lose mobility. Yeah, it's still at 7. So, by taking out a jump jet and putting in a heat sink, I'm actually raising my heat efficiency by a bit. That's awesome. Okay, well, before we do that, let me go back, because I'm gonna look here and see what we want to do as far as missions. Ooh, 1.5. Here we go. Tons of money. This one, however, has got tons of scrap opportunity. Hostile pirate forces have been making increasingly bold incursions towards one of the processing facilities on Detroit. Now, we have to travel for both of these, though, and I'm not a huge fan of that. But if I go, I mean, I've got 2 mil here, and now I don't have to save up to buy an expensive scrap Panther. So now all my money is just gravy. Can you buy more mech techs and medical? I'm going to have to look this up, because this really would help. I would love to have more medics on board. How do you do that? There have been a couple updates. Hiring hall, maybe? What about the hiring hall? Now, there have been a couple updates. I don't know what they do. What do you mean my rating's too low? Ooh, that's something else I can spend some of my money on. Maybe getting really good. I don't even know what that means. What does that little symbol mean? I can get better mech pilots. MechWarriors. That would be fun. She must be awesome, though. What's her rating requirement, then? Because we're doing pretty well. Where's my rep? Oh, I guess we need more stars. We started over, didn't we? Well, we're doing alright with these guys, I guess. They're still indifferent. Yeah, I'm going to have to look up how you get more mech techs and medics, because we definitely need more of them. And eventually, I guess we can upgrade our dropship, too? I don't know how we do that. Now that we've gone through a story mission, is there more dialogue? Yes, there is. Okay, I'm going to back out of here. We won't do a dialogue mission just yet. Well, actually, you know what? We will. This is going to be a dialogue mission. Or episode, I mean. We're going to go through upgrading my mechs, doing all that crap, and then we'll talk to people. So we're going to have to do repairs anyway, so I guess we will. We'll go ahead and repair. Take a day. Not bad. It's just armor, I guess. Take 2 days. Do it. And then we'll look into refitting the Centurion. Let me bring that up here a minute. Okay, this is standard issue is 2 medium lasers, a LRM 10, and an autocannon 10. I do not have an autocannon 10, sadly, but I do have a 5. So we're going to slap that in there and give it AC5 ammo. So that's good. Heat efficiency on this thing is amazing, mostly because we don't have any weapons on here. I would, however, like to try and swap out that for that. Can we? Ooh, I guess I can have it. I don't have another large one, do I? I do not. Well, let's see what we can do there. Heat efficiency goes way down, but firepower is going way up. Let's see what else I can put on there. So, AC-10, LRM-10, and 2 medium lasers. Well, in that case, we'll just go 2 medium lasers. And where is the LRM-10? I do happen to have one of those. I also have LRM ammo. I can have a lot of them in here, in fact. Heat efficiency goes way down. We're way overburdened now, so never mind, we'll be taking that out. Shit. Well, let's see how many. I want to probably put in 1, 2, 3. Now we're over. Definitely put in some jump jets. Well, piss. Maybe we'll have to take the medium laser out. That didn't do anything, actually. So the large laser, what if we swap out for 2 mediums, after all? As is the standard loadout. Heat efficiency is better. Firepower is better, surprisingly. Okay, firepower is about the same then. Whatever. Well, damn, I want to get that large laser on somebody, but there is a variant with a PPC, but you probably can't put too much more on it beyond that. Okay, so heat efficiency is pretty damn good with 3 heat sinks, so let's do a little bit more mobility. Maybe I should spread out my jump jets. I feel like I should spread things out a little bit more. 2 more? 2 more? Get 2 more. I can't put it in there. Okay. Heat sink maybe here. Jump jet here. Cannot add standard jump jet. Well, why? 2 left torso. Max number of jump jets reached for... Oh. That's why. How about we bring you here? We'll put a jump jet in the head. No. We'll fill it in there for now. Movement's better. I would say that's a pretty decent thing, although we lost a lot of heat efficiency there. Didn't I get it to 2? How did I get it to... Was it because I added jump jets? That's why. Get jump jet out of there. Oh, okay. Well, fine. Jump jet, heat sink, put the jump jet in here, put the jump jet in here. We still got a ton. I could add a lot of armor here, I guess. Anything else I can add? I don't have any extra... Well, I do have support, so why don't we... What about a little MG with some MG ammo? Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, well, we'll take some armor off. I don't want to go too bad on this. Take it down to 60 on both. Yeah, alright. So we got a little MG for when we get close. That's the thing about the Centurion. Apparently it is meant for closing. So you can start off far away, which I guess the AC-10 is actually more of a... The larger the number, the closer you need to be. So I guess an AC-5 is probably pretty good. I mean... Yeah, I guess I'm happy with this. I would like to change the color scheme, but we won't be able to do that as soon as I hit this, but I don't want to build this again right now. This arm is pointless, but it will, I guess, allow me to melee. That seems really stupid. Why would you not be able to put certain things... And I certainly don't want to put anything in an arm, because those things are easy as hell to knock off. So why would I put anything in... You'd just think there'd be hard points in pretty much everything, is what I'm saying. I mean, obviously not your legs and your head, but... Anyway. Okay. It's going to take us 37 days. We will never be able to use this damn thing. But it came to me for free and has absolutely nothing. Shit. So we won't be able to use this at all. So I'll be using the quick draw, probably. But, well, let's get it started. Yes, we'll get started.
I'll get it in the schedule.
So we're going to be down a few days on things. We'll give the quick draw a try. It's already fully loaded, so I guess we'll play around with the patterns here. I think I like 4. Actually, I like that big X across it. We'll go with 6. Okay. So, how we doing? MechWarriors, let's go ahead and get everyone their experience. 1900, excellent. We've already got you that, so what do we get out of... Nothing. She gets no special ability, because that's not her specialty, I guess. But piloting is just what again? Stability, evasion, okay. Well, I guess we'll just hang on to it then. Increase effectiveness of college shot opportunities. Reduces penalty for indirect and improves minimum range. So what does she pilot again? She pilots the Shadowhawk. The Shadowhawk has a laser, LRMs, and SRMs. That would actually be good for her then. She needs a little bit of indirect support, since that's kind of her thing. So we'll confirm that.
Training confirmed, Commander.
And then we'll save up to, I guess, keep going here. Now, what do these abilities do? Passive. Successful melee attacks knock your target down. Attacks with a single weapon ignore cover. I seriously just want to get everyone hyped up in gunnery. But she is a defender, and that's her thing, is meant to be... Oh, did that get taken away? No, Bulwark is her thing. Okay. I feel like there used to be things here. The update must have reset and taken away some stuff. Anyway.
What's up, boss?
Decker, 2,000 points. What do you want to get? Okay, I see. It took away the ability for everyone to get stuff. So he will never be able to get double... Well, maybe we're going to want to hire a new MechWarrior for that then. He's a tactician. His gunnery skill just needs work anyway. I should always bump that up regardless. And guts is what? Increases threshold of heat. Well, since he pilots the spider, probably, huh? He pilots the spider, lasers, jump jets. He could probably use a little bit of that.
MechWarrior training complete.
Glitch. Glitch has a PPC, so maybe guts again? I hate wasting all that when she's clearly got better things. Tactics. Gains +1 initiative. I guess we'll start banking some of this. I do want you to have this, but I also want you to have sensor lock. Because sensor lock is infinitely more important. And he's obviously just going to have everything. But sensor lock is really, really good. As we saw, I was able to take down that quick draw because of it. And you are pretty much just a pilot, so what are we going towards? This unit can move after shooting if it's not moved yet. Why don't we go there? Gonna have to get you in a mech, so maybe I'll have you be the Centurion? Okay, well, anyway. We're gonna go to Hiring Hall, back again. Take a look here. Deadeye. I mean, at this point, all my MechWarriors are actually better. Other than her. It's funny, Ronin was actually my second choice for the name that I was going to give my character. Interesting that I would have been able to hire one. Anyway. Yeah, we don't need another one right now. So let's go talk to people, finish off the episode.
Got questions? I have answers.
So, we're working for Lady Arano now. That was a surprise. You're telling me the whole Reach has thought she was dead for 3 years now, and yet here she is. I gotta say, it feels pretty good to be on contract with House Arano again. The last time this happened, Commander Markham was still alive. Tell me about Markham. What kind of man was he? I'm doing terrible tonight. Markham was an ornery old bastard, but he got the job done. Great card player, and he shared my taste in holovids. We used to have these marathon viewing sessions. Have you ever seen These Gears Are Teeth? Great film and a masterpiece of the tokusatsu giallo genre. Markham always loved that one. I wish I could watch it again with him sometime. I genuinely do. Was he a competent mech commander? More or less. He was a decent tactician, but an exceptional businessman. I wish you could have seen him in action, Gaz. His style was this odd mix of negotiating and holding court. And when it worked, it worked. Let me give you an example. I can't really do justice to Markham's style, but for the sake of the story, I'll try. You know our Draconis Combine rep, Shugo Reynold Yamaguchi. Markham gave him a nickname, Bob Kurita. Every time he used it, he was totally deadpan, and he always used the full name. You trying to pull the wool over my eyes, Bob Kurita? Tell me more about that assassination contract, Bob Kurita. Bob Kurita, you look tense. Do you need a glass of wine? Sounds insulting, I know, but the crazy thing is it worked. Something about the way Markham leaned into that stupid nickname tickled Shugo Yamaguchi pink. He'd giggle his way through every negotiation until tears were streaming down his cheeks. He had a routine like that for every liaison we dealt with. Some he'd rib, others he'd smooth talk. Everyone always left the table with a smile on their face. Anyway, that's all ancient history now. Markham is dead and gone. We buried his personal effects along with his memory, and we did right by his kin. Best to leave the past behind us. This company isn't his anymore, Gaz, it's yours. So let's focus on what we're doing next and leave the past in the past. Okay. So I've got some questions about running the company then. What do you need to know? Remind me about nothing, actually. Okay. Got a few minutes to chat? Oh. Why would it put those back into the gray if it's just giving me options I've already gone through?
Catch you later, Commander.
Okay, well anyway, so we're going back to Yang.
What can I do for you?
Want to talk about your new employer? Our new employer? Lady Orano, yeah. Look, I know that you two go way back. You had the same teacher and all that. Hell, you were working for her on the day of the coup. If you hadn't been doing that, you never would have joined this crew. But I'm not sure that I trust Lady Orano, or Lord Madeira. I don't know, maybe I'm leaping to judgment. I like having money, so I hope that I am. There's just something about the idea of working for yet another shadowy aristocratic power player that I don't like. For what it's worth, though, I hope she proves me wrong. So are any of these things, why use mech storage? I guess. For a few reasons. First, we have limited capacity in the mech bay, so we need to store the overstock for eventual sale or use. Second, we don't pay upkeep costs on mech and storage. Third, and this is important, whenever you pick up partial mech salvage, I put it in storage for you. If we gather or buy enough to complete a BattleMech chassis, my team will assemble it right away. They're expensive as hell, so assembling one out of salvage is our best bet. Yes, they are super expensive, which is ridiculous because they sell for nothing. Just like cars. What happens when a mech goes into or gets ready from storage? It waits a day or 2 or 3. How do I repair mech damage? You hit the repair button. You seem to know your way around a battlefield. Any advice? Sure, the better you lead in combat, the less work I have to do when it's over. Let's talk about heat. I already know about heat. How can I affect heat and combat? My goodness. This goes really deep. This is your in-game tutorial right here, and you have to spend... How many episodes are we in before I got to this? Install more heat sinks. Stand in water. Okay. Let's talk about mech stability. Don't get hit. Tell me how to make my BattleMechs less vulnerable to weapon fire. Turn. Evasion. Run. Run and turn. Okay. Cover. Harder to hit on the green dots. We know about that. Oh, there's supposed to be an interface update too, so that'll be interesting to see how it affected the game. Mastiff taught me to brace my mech, but that doesn't make it harder to hit. No, bracing your mech won't make it harder to hit, but it should buffer some of the damage you take by half, okay? I mean, we're a 50-foot tall, slow-moving, gigantic piece of equipment. I think we would be very hard to miss. Tell me a little bit about yourself. How'd you wind up with this crew? Didn't we already go through this? We did. Okay, we're done.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Go to Samire.
Yes, Commander?
Did good work back on Axilus. If you hadn't gotten Dr. Murad and her crew down safely, none of us would have made it off that rock. Just doing my job, Commander. You MechWarriors are the ones who take all the real risks. Actually, I take that back. This job put all of us at risk. You know what I'm talking about, the pirate point. I don't know how much you know about mist jumps, but, well, they're really, really bad. You could wind up in the heart of a star or in the middle of nowhere, crashed on some godforsaken rock. With my luck, a rock that's infested with fetid, screeching, mite-infested birds. Oh, come on, Meyer, that sounds a little far-fetched. Just be glad it didn't happen. Oh, believe me, I'm glad. I like myself in one piece, and I'd prefer if I could stay that way. I've got questions about navigation. The star map confuses me sometimes. Why does it take longer to get from one place than the other, when systems appear to be the same distance apart? Yeah, that bothered me too before I joined the Academy. Turns out that in real life, space travel isn't like you see in the adventure holovids that Darius makes us watch. For starters, some stars are more massive than others. In the case of a really big star, you have to range pretty far afield to find a location suitable for a KF jump. And for us, that means a whole lot of molasses slow sublight travel before we can even dock with a jump ship, let alone ride it anywhere. Okay. I collected stories about the crew. I wonder if it's because the update reset. It did it did reset my graphics settings again. So we can go anywhere now, presumably. My goodness. Except into Merrick space. I wonder if you have to get close to get in there. Well, we've got contracts here, back on Detroit. It's weird, though. I mean, it doesn't actually... I seriously would prefer to just go through the contracts screen. I think we'll do hold the line and we'll grab some big salvage. Besides, this will give me a chance to destroy some stuff. Okay. So anyway, pirates in Detroit. This facility represents a substantial cash investment for the locals, and its destruction would be both politically and financially disastrous. We need a capable mercenary company to defend the site. Payment will be remitted upon the repulsion of all hostile pirate units. Pirate facility must be running on incredibly narrow margins if they can't afford to protect themselves. Anyway, this should be very straightforward, and it's only half a skull, so we should be able to do this no problem. Give away all my money in return for salvage. We won't worry about rep because it's a planetary government. So we'll go full salvage. Yeah, okay. Full salvage. Less money. We've heard you're a competent mercenary. Okay, let's go. 22 days. That's kind of ridiculous for all of it. But at least my finances are in a good state. Unfortunately, the cost of this would almost help me recoup. I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, we'd be traveling so long that I'd basically only be doing this mission on max pay in order to pay off my excuse me, what I'm spending here. So it's not worth it other than to do salvage, and in fact, I should maybe consider selling a bunch of this shit. Like that locust. But I mean, look how many small lasers. I mean, I could really get rid of a lot of this stuff. I don't know, we'll see. As long as I'm not buying mechs outright, I guess we'll be fine. Because I don't know. I just like having lots of money, so I don't even have to worry about it. But we'll just go ahead and do this for all the salvage. That'll be a lot of parts of salvage. So, let's go. Skip that. Ah, here we go. In the morning briefing, Yang jumps right in. Commander, the Leopard is too small. My mech techs keep tripping over everything. Chief, we've talked about this, Darius says in exasperation. We can't exactly knock down any walls. Samiri inserts herself. What if we move some supplies into other parts of the Leopard? The bunks, the kitchen, hell, I'll even store some boxes in the cockpit if it'll help. Yang rubs his chin. Yeah, if I had some breathing room for a week, I could reorganize and make room for everything to move back. Something tells me, let's just move a small amount of supplies. We'll make it work, right? Because the rest of us need to function too. Over the next several days, everyone helps move the least critical mech-based supplies to other parts of the Leopard. While emotions do get heated over the next week, the short duration of the project encourages patience. Before long, Yang and his technicians reclaim their supplies. His mood, at least, is much better than everyone else's. When you arrive in the mech bay, he's grimly satisfied with the amount of reorganization he managed in the short period of time. Your company gains 1 tech point, boost for 14 days. Oh, what? Only for 1 day it did go up, but for 14 days and I'll be traveling. What good is that to me? Well, let's see if it's actually gonna... I don't know that it changed anything. The Centurion went down to 29 days from 37, I guess. But how many days were we in travel? Spider's done. Okay. What a waste this is. I wish I could have had something on planet there. Okay, we don't need to do this. Financial yep, that financial report. Zip zip zip. Now, is it just me, or did the
financial report.
the Argo that we got... Yeah, we'll just leave it. That we recovered look like the tip of one of those jump ships. I mean, they did say it was old Star League tech, so maybe it was. Here we go. Last cup. When you enter the cramped galley, you find Medusa and Glitch in a tense standoff in front of a nearly empty coffee pot. Medusa sees you. Commander, this is the last cup. This is the last of the coffee. The XO says we won't have any more until the next supply run. We're almost at a planet. Glitch shoves her way forward. I got here first, and he almost stole it while I was looking for my favorite mug. No one's going to be satisfied with this. No one's going to be satisfied with any of it. But split the coffee between them. Jesus Christ, we're going to be in system in 4 days. Exasperated, you squeeze your way past them into the galley and take 2 cups. Pouring the coffee equally into both, you say, if you can't act like adults, we'll have to resolve this like your children. You hand 1 cup to Medusa and 1 to Glitch. Drink up. The next time I send you planetside, I expect you to make every single shot. After they leave, Sumire sighs as she stares at the empty pot. That better have been worth it. Now excuse me while I go discuss shopping priorities with Darius. How did I mean, aside from the option, how did I even know she was in there? Medusa has gained the following tags. High spirits for the next 30 days. I guess that's good. We'll need that on our mission here. What did that do for Sumire? I mean, is that even a... We've arrived. Ready to proceed. Not yet. I'm going to end this one here. I'll see you next time.